Ladies, gents, lovely people, welcome to the stream. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means? We're studying Japanese. Well, as a matter of fact, I study Japanese every day, but. Today we're streaming our study, and I hope you can join us for that. And we can do it together. That's right. So what's coming up in today's stream? Well, we are going to be starting with some kanji study and move on to Anki because that's kind of my integral part. Then we're going to do an introduction of yet another comprehensible Japanese input channel. And after that, we're going to move on and do Ha na hira, that's a visual novel. So I hope that you can join me for all of this. As you might notice, there is a little of active study and a lot of immersion. And that is, of course, intentional. So, before we get started, there is one thing I have to talk about, and that is a couple of changes that are going on with my Anki studies. I am reducing it even further. That's right. I've pretty much eliminated Anki. Well, not really, but almost eliminated Anki out of my study schedule. And that is because I was looking at the progress that I have made through Immersion alone, while I was just maintaining Anki in the last months. And I decided that I have limited time in a day to do things, and I gotta prioritize what I want to be doing and what I must be studying. So I have suspended all of the cards and all of the decks, including the mind deck, and I have started KKLC, Kodansha Kanji Learning Course. So a very appropriate music kick in for that. Yes, we have. So that is what I'm gonna be doing. So it's a bit different from RTK that I have done in the beginning of my Japanese language journey that I have started 15 months ago, actually, and the video is coming for that sometime next week, my 15 months update. But that's not what this is about. So yeah, and basically KKLC, Kodansha Kanji Learning Course, you learn the meaning of the kanji, but you also learn the words that appears on, you learn kunyomi, onyomi. You don't really learn them, but you have them, and it's from the point of view where you are given a number of words that you can actually incorporate into remembering the kanji and the reading of the kanji. So at this stage of my kind of Japanese learning journey, this is what I need, this is what I want, and this is what I am having. This, of course, is not on its own, so I am following the book on the course, but at the same time, I am doing the Anki. There is a pre-made deck for that, of course there is. And I'm supplementing that with a lot of reading. So I've started reading for a minimum an hour every day, and I'm actually hoping to bring this up to about an hour and a half, even maybe 2 hours if I can. Probably I can't, but an hour and a half I think would be reasonable. And that is usually about half of my immersion day. So that's really all the updates I have for you today. If the musical is a little bit too loud, let me know, and actually I can see that it's just a tad too loud, so let's knock it down a little bit more. Okay, I think this is perfect. Yeah, so today's stream is going to be a little bit different. We're going to leave the music on, and I'm just going to be doing my thing. If you have any questions, as always, happy to answer anything. But I'll primarily be doing my thing, answering the questions, and not so much interacting with the stream otherwise. That is gonna be it. Feel free to tag along and study together. All right. Bite Matan! Did some Anki cards for the first time today. It was mostly kanji I never saw before, so that was interesting. Oh, I was wondering what the overlay would pick up. Overlay would pick up everything, my man. Overlay would just have every single thing. So when you're saying you've tried, so before we start, we're gonna answer our viewers. So Bite Matan, what Anki deck are you doing? And yeah, so how did you actually start with it? Kaishi 1.5k, okay, good choice. And you're saying that you've encountered a bunch of kanji you don't know, because of course you don't know any kanji. How is the hiragana going? Because there is you gotta know hiragana before you tackle that. Last week you were saying that you're about 80% done, or that's when I asked you anyway on Discord. So yeah, how are you getting on with that, and are you feeling comfortable at least with the hiragana part of it? Mini Snuckums, if you're watching this, thank you for joining the Discord. I appreciate that. Hiragana is almost mastered at this point. I like to play a little Kana quiz thing on my phone, and this morning I am 97% accurate. That is fantastic to hear. That is really fantastic. So, dear viewers, for those of you that do not know, Bite Matan have started studying, was it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? Can't remember. But he is brand new to language learning, and he's making great progress. So I do like to keep tabs on him, because, you know, Big Brother is always watching. But yeah, it's really, really cool. Language Warder, I'm watching, thanks. I have a different YouTube name. First time here. Oh, well. Welcome to the stream. We're about to get started. But we're just doing a little bit of a chat with the viewers before we do. Katakana has been harder in parts because it's simply not used as often. Exactly right. So, Bite Martin, I actually had a very, very interesting question yesterday from one of the viewers who watched one of my previous live streams. And they asked, well, is there a reason why Kaishi 1.5k has katakana in the word description on the back of the card? And, you know, why do you use that instead of hiragana? And, well, I said that it's pretty much probably default. I can't remember changing it. But the reason why it's there is quite simple, and that is because you can practice katakana with every Anki card you do. So the sentences on the back are in hiragana, but if you look at the word itself, it is in katakana. So that is a fantastic way to practice your katakana. And yeah, I highly recommend doing that, as a matter of fact. So yeah, there's your answer how you can actually do that while doing Anki. I will have to tweak some Anki options, I think. Well, at the back of the card, right? So if you open your Kaishi 1.5k, and let me just do that here. Hold up. Yoink. Right. So if you open your Kaishi 1.5k, and I probably need to go to browse for this. Any card would do. All right. So this is the front of the card, but on the back of the card, see the way that you have this, and then you have the amari. So amari in hiragana, amari in katakana. And then, of course, the sentence is in, you know, whatever is appropriate. So spotsu is in katakana, amari is in hiragana. You have, you know, ski for the kanji, etc., etc. Am I live on Twitch also? I most certainly am live on Twitch also, Language Warder. So yes, you can jump on Twitch as well. The more the merrier, as they say. The more the merrier. You don't have the katakana under the hiragana? Right, okay. So if you don't have that, most likely there is a field that you need to enable. And I kind of feel like it's somewhere here. So I think it's speech accent and... I'm just trying to find it here, and you know, no, that's just for pitch accent. Furigana word meaning padding bottom. Furigana sen. No, that's to word furigana pitch accent. Oh, right. It is the pitch accent, right. So what you need to do is enable pitch accent. So if the pitch accent is not enabled, this will not appear. And the pitch accent is actually just right there as well. So it's a flat one. I can't remember the actual names of it, but yeah, it's so enable pitch accent. It's gonna be, there's gonna be something like, I don't know, something like this there. You just go to, let's just discard. Go to either browse or whatever, go to Kaishi, cards, black template, and then enable pitch accent by removing the pitch accent kind of brackets or whatever, and that will appear for you. All right. Let's just go back to this for a second. Thank you for the follow. I really do appreciate it. Mini Snuckums. I think it's the language warder from the YouTube. I'm pretty sure. So, Bite Martin also says, I'm also not sure how to get back to the cards view. It just says I've done 20 cards today. So yeah, if you're here, you go to browse. Oh, hold up. If you're here, right? You go to browse, and then you go to Kaishi, and then cards, right? And that's what will bring this all up. So Mini Snack'em says, hello all, is there a Kaishi 1.5k of okay for beginners? I tried the Core 2k and found it difficult. That is a very good question. Let me just close this. That is a very, very good question. And let me give it a proper answer that it deserves, right? Okay. So you can start with Kaishi 1.5k once you've learned hiragana and katakana. Right? You don't need to know any kanji. You will slowly learn the kanji through being exposed to the deck. For the first, roughly, I think, 300 words, Kaishi 1.5k does a fantastic job of doing I+1. Meaning that a lot of what you'll be encountering is gonna be what you already know, the words you already know, plus a new word, which is fantastic. Now, in saying that, recently I have actually changed my mind on how to approach all these things. And here is my thinking right now. It's not 100% formed on this yet, but I am leaning very heavily towards it. If you are a complete beginner, if you've just started, the best thing you can do is ignore Anki completely. I know it's very controversial, but ignore Anki completely and go. And I actually have a video for top 5 channels to immerse with if you're a complete beginner, if you know nothing, and go and start listening to those channels. They're all in Japanese, and you will learn Japanese that way. Once you have attained a level where you can actually understand all of those reasonably well, we're talking about 100 to maybe about 200 even hours of listening, then get your hiragana katakana done and you can jump into reading Anki, Kaishi 1.5k, etc. And that is from the point of view of learning how to read more than anything, because you would already know quite a few words that way. This is my tentative thoughts at this stage. I need more exposure to just doing immersion without Anki at this moment to give you my definitive thoughts on that. And I will do that in 3 months' time, because I am running an experiment right now where I have removed most of the Anki, and you'll see what I'm doing in Anki today. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Nick loves you. Welcome to the stream. Nick loves you. Hello, not learn Japanese but Korean. YouTube just dropped me on the recommendations. I'm going to learn Japanese as I get B1 level. Well, hey, if you want to learn Japanese, you are more than welcome on the stream. Unfortunately we do not learn Korean here, even though I love Korean drama, but no, have not really sat down and said, I want to learn Korean. I'm learning Japanese right now. Right. But Martin is saying my menu interface appears to be a bit different because it's a Mac version. I will have to have a look around the options. Yeah, in that case, you might need to, because yeah, this is PC, so I cannot help you there. I'm afraid I do not have a Mac. But Martin, I am truly sorry. I mean, it's Nakamas is saying, okay, yes, I know the kana, but only little kanji, and have been through Genki 1. Oh yes, I will check out the Immersive channel's video. That sounds great. Great thought. I appreciate it. Right. Okay. No problem at all, man. No problem at all. I was able to find a list of cards I already went through today. I found the Iru card, and it doesn't have the note mentioned in immerse, so I think it might just be an error in the card. Well, the fact that it's not mentioned in immerse doesn't mean that immerse is wrong. It is you know, whatever immerse, it's part of the sentence clearly. You're doing, it's correct, because you know it's just a different politeness level. But I think it's oversight that the card does not have an explanation. What is the difference between Iru and immerse? And short answer, not much. A long answer, it's the same word but different politeness level. Iru, I think, is the dictionary form, and imasu is the standard polite form of the verb, because you know, it's a verb, right? Which we are not really studying grammar here, so let's not go into the debris there of into the nuts and bolts of that. Yeah, I just mean like how the Nani card had notes that mention Nan and Nani. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. It's an oversight, but they do update Kaishi 1.5K deck all the time, so maybe. And I know that creator has seen one of my videos at least, so maybe if they see this, they can update that and give just a basic explanation as to what it is. I did find a pitch accent thing also, so that's ready. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so ladies and gents, lovely people, let us get started with the Japanese, shall we? So, I just realized that for some reason the music stops playing the moment I tab out, and I don't understand why. Oh. And it just decided to stop playing altogether. Great. Okay. I guess we have no music. I was trying to use the YouTube music library, but that's not working out, is it? Ah, there you go. There's something working in the background, so hopefully it will not pause. Right. Okay. You can't be a stream without all the dishes. I know, swear to God, right? Swear to God. All right, ladies, gents, lovely people, let us get started on actual studies. So I'm gonna be starting with some kanji learning, and then we're gonna do the deck in Anki after that. But for now, I will shut up. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I would be more than happy to answer. But for now, I'm going to be concentrating on my kanji. And how I do kanji before I start on that is I follow... So I've just started Kadachi Kanji Learning course. I decided that I'm in no rush. I will be reading a lot anyway, and this is just to kind of... to work in conjunction with reading, right? So, I am only doing 1 page a day, which means 4 kanji a day. And I read the description here. I look at the kanji. I look at the words, try to read them. I look at kunyomi, onyomi, and I write down the kanji, the words, and kunyomi on... Oh, well, not kunyomi, onyomi, but the readings of the words. And then I just go to Anki and do that. So the reason why I'm doing all of that is, of course, it takes a lot of time, but I actually find it quite therapeutic to chill out and do this. So there you go. That is why. That is why. All right. So let's get started. I will shut up now, and if you are studying as well, feel free to join. We will be studying together. All right. Yosh. So far, the kanji I have been encountering are quite basic. It's the beginning. But I am just trying to kind of take it very slowly and don't stress myself too much about that. And actually, let me know in the comments, would you like me to read the description? Because I don't think I'll be violating the copyright if I just read it out loud, right? So if you want me to read out what I'm doing, like the description of the kanji, etc., then let me know, and I'll do that. All right. Yeah, I appreciate that, Bite Martin. But yeah, if you want me to read it out, if you want to maybe learn a bit of kanji, then feel free to let me know. No. Okay. Thank you so much for the follow, Dean. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. All right, we're gonna stretch. We're gonna stretch. Oh. We only have started, but I gotta stretch. Thank you for the redeem. Appreciate that. Kind of annoying that it stops after every song, but whatever. Right. All right. Oops. I have to imagine that kanji is the most intimidating part of the language people consider learning with the sheer number of them. But Martin, kanji is definitely a big part of the difficulty, but there's actually a lot more. There's a lot more nuance to Japanese in terms of what can be difficult than it first appears. So, for example, the grammatical structure is completely different from English. So you kind of have to break your brain and remake it in order to speak Japanese. And as a matter of fact, that can be the biggest difficulty, really, comparatively, not even the kanji. But yes, kanji definitely adds to the difficulty, but it's not the biggest hurdle, for sure. And this is coming from somebody whose reading ability is nothing, right? So yeah, take it with a grain of salt. But Martin is saying that he had the same kanji with two different meanings today already. It's interesting for sure, having to learn the context too. Yeah, so regarding the kanji, what you have to really remember about it, and you know, the language in general. So when you're saying there are two different meanings to the kanji, when we translate language, we try to approximate the meaning of the actual word. So there is a lot of nuance that is lost when you just do a straight up translation. So having two different meanings for the word is not actually common there. And actually, as a matter of fact, see this kanji on top, this one right there? So this kanji has fantastic amounts of reading. This is probably, it's one of the earlier kanjis you learn usually. And the issue with this kanji is that it has, well, just as an example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different readings. So, meaning that it actually has 14 different meanings as well, right? But it's not that it has 14 different meanings. It's just that Japanese language is very contextual based. So there is a lot of times there is no subject as a actual proper subject of the sentence, so you infer that from the conversation that is going on. And very similar with the kanji, it morphs slightly, the meaning morphs depending on the context. So a lot of times Japanese is very contextual, unlike English, for example. So yeah, the kanji has all of the meanings because that's what it means, but it's just there are a lot of flavors depending on the context, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. The Yin says, hi, I'm from Nepal and I just started learning Japanese, only familiar with hiragana and katakana. How do I keep going? The Yin, I have the most fantastic video for you. If you're brand new, you only learned hiragana and katakana and you know nothing, I've recently released a video called Top 5 Channels to Immerse in Japanese if you're starting from zero, or something like that. Go and check it out. You basically can know 0 words in Japanese, watch the videos, that's YouTube videos, are fully in Japanese, watch them, and you will understand Japanese from the first minute you're watching them. So you do need to pay attention, that is very important. You have to be present and paying attention to everything that's happening in the video, but you will be surprised how much you can understand. Do that for the first 100 hours at least, and you'll be further along than most people that start studying Japanese and then just drop it. So there are many other strategies, but that would give you a huge boost compared to a lot of people. So it's literally as easy as that. So Byte Martin is saying today I had nin or hito with hito and jin or jin, yes. So it's hito, jin, or nin. For the different ways it refers to people. The way the context works is interesting for sure. Perhaps meaning was the wrong word, yeah. Yeah, so with this is just the reading, yeah. So you can read it as hito, as you can read it as jin. So for example, nihon jin, so Japanese, or igirisu jin, English, personage. But if you're just saying a person, you would say either a hito, or in some instances you would say nin, right? So for example, ningen would be a human, right? So yeah, that's It's the kanji can be very, very fascinating. They can be really, really cool. If you go into etymology, especially where the kanji came from, how it originated, seen its earlier forms and how it evolved, it's really, really fascinating. But of course, you don't need to know any of that to actually learn how to read or how to, just recognize kanji, right? It makes a lot of sense why localization is also important, because a lot of direct translation just won't make sense. Exactly. Well, especially so, earlier I said that Japanese is, you have to break your brain because the sentence construction is completely different. As a matter of fact, the sentence is almost mirrored to the sentence construction in English. So if you think of how you would structure the sentence in English, you just reverse that and you start from the last word, which it really messes with your brain if you try to translate it that way anyway. But that is why a lot of times Japanese is very contextual and there is no subject in a sentence. It's just easier that way. So yeah. Anyway, I'm not an expert. This is kind of what I have gathered from my learnings, guys. So yeah, I'm sure that there are linguists out there that would laugh at my explanation right now and say, no, it's completely wrong. Let me tell you how it is. And hey, if you want to learn that, go and read grammar guides, go and get the grammar dictionary, etc. But for me, that is enough, because my aim is not to be an expert in how the structure is, but to actually be able to read and speak and understand Japanese, right? こんばんは, Arnav Devangan? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I do apologize, but welcome to the stream, and I hope you're doing well today. We're just finishing up with the kanji a bit here, and we are soon going to move on to doing a little bit of Anki with those kanji, and then move on to doing some immersion. So I hope you can join us for that as well. All right, the music keeps stopping, which is super annoying. There we go. All right, so let me just get back and drill this kanji and, well, not drill, but get to know it intimately.アルナフ、日本語で今ちょっと漢字を勉強してるけど、その後暗記をしてる始まるかな。そんな感じね。はい、頑張ります。 All right. So we're done with the writing out the kanji. So and again, just to recap, I read the explanation of the kanji. I read the kunyomi onyomi, the kind of the meaning of the kanji, and then the words that are given, and then I write out the kanji. I write out each word with the furigana on it, well, or hiragana writing underneath it, really not furigana, but you know what I mean. Right, so after this, what I do like to do, I like to bring Anki, and we'll do it this way. Yosh! And we're gonna be doing some Anki, hey? And again, as always, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm happy to help or share as much as I know. Of course, that's just my opinion at this time, and it has changed before and it will in the future. All right. Right, the custom background is nice. I saw how to set that up and immediately forgot. So for the custom background, you actually need an extension called Anki. And you get that extension by going to add-ons, yoink. No, that's not Anki Connect. It's somewhere here. Basically, you get that and you are good to go. Oh, is it? It's called Custom Background Image and Gear Icon. That is the name of the extension. So, yeah, just click on Get Add-ons and you'll get that. And then you can just, you know, do your thing there. All right. But let's go back to studying the kanji, right? So Kawaguchi, Kawa-sansen, I'd like to say. Sansen. Yosh. Ina. Izo. Tsuki or Gatsu. 1月月3月4日かな。覚えてない。合皮。なるほど。I know that this is 明るい。明らかな？覚えてない。年月じゃない？May gets. So what we're trying to learn here, as a matter of fact, is not necessarily the reading of every single word. So how do I say, did I fail the card or not? What we're trying to learn here is, first of all, get the meaning of the kanji right, so bright or clear, and then get at least one of the readings correct. So, for example, akarui or akerakana, right? And I'm not trying to get all of the words or be able to read all of the words. This is just to kind of learn kanji in context in a way, learn kanji in words rather than learn kanji without just as a separate thing. And as I said before, I supplement that with, of course, a lot of reading. Me, ichime, jinme? Hitome? わからん。 All right. 人目。人目。なるほど。Oh my god, this is such a good song. Hold up. I gotta like this. Where are we? Where are we? Yes. There we go. I even gonna crank it up a little, guys. Just for you. Alright. I'm actually doing it for myself, but you know how it is. Yoka. Yoka. 18日な。4じゃない 14. I have been learning for 3 weeks, mainly learned letters through Duolingo, speaking from Tueda. Not familiar with that one. Words from Anki and some little bit here and there from YouTube. Any tips? I have the best tip for you. And this is something that some people find it controversial, other people say, no, it's not controversial at all, but there are many ways to learn the language. You gotta find what works for you, but I can tell you what works for me. And I will tell you this: immerse, immerse, immerse. And what I mean by that is, if you're just starting, you're at 3 weeks. Again, I've sent other people to the video, but go and check out my top 5 YouTube channels for complete beginners. Go to those channels. It's literally only Japanese. They only speak in Japanese there. And from the first minute, you will be understanding exactly what they're saying, right? But you do need to pay attention. It's not just like running it in the background. You have to sit down, pay attention to the visuals, pay attention to what they're saying, and immerse, immerse, immerse as much as you possibly can. The more you do that, the faster your gains would be. You get 100 hours of that without doing anything else, you'll be far ahead of anybody else who've been learning for 100 hours of Japanese. That is a fact, right? So I hope that helped, man. And yeah, just immerse. I know it's people say just immerse, but yeah, that's pretty much it. For grammar, I don't know if this is right or wrong. I asked ChatGPT to generate essays in hiragana, and then I tried to decode the grammar myself by guessing, even though I don't know the rules. I guess correctly many times, and it boosts my morale. That is one way of doing it. I wouldn't really stress about the grammar too much, I'd be honest with you. You will need to look it up once in a blue moon, don't get me wrong. But the more native content you consume, and comprehensible input is one of them, so those YouTube channels I told you about, the more your brain will actually start figuring out what is going on. So while it's good to kind of go through maybe a grammar guide, etc. at some stage, for the most part, as long as you get enough input in your target language, which is Japanese in this instance. And the key word here is comprehensible input, so that you understand through visuals, or maybe encountering words that you already know, etc. But in the beginning, it's going to be through visuals. The more you'd actually just learn how the structure is made without consciously trying to decode anything. So it might feel too easy in the beginning, or maybe completely insurmountably difficult. But as long as you go through it, you push through, you'll learn. はい、先輩、わかりました。ありがとうございます。先輩は優しいです。It's hard for me to read it's hard for me to read Romaji because I'm expecting hiragana. So I actually, and you know, it might sound I'm pushing here, but I have made a video on how you can set up Japanese font, and I think I talked there how you can set up hiragana on your keyboard as well. Is it? Pretty sure it's an Anki video, so check it out. Setting up IME typing thingy to convert the Romaji to Kana could be cool, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. But hey, if you don't have it set up, that's fine. I can still read it, I can still understand it. Don't you worry. But if you don't have it, I would suggest setting it up, because it would be easier for you to actually... It would add to you being immersed fully in the language, because let's face it, nobody really uses Romaji in Japan, right? I mean, they're there for foreigners, and not everywhere either. Take some getting used to, but it is nice to have. Absolutely, Byte Martin. Yeah, I 100% agree with you there. But let's get back to our kanji. Yon ne. Juyon yoka yon miri. Yon miri じゃない。yon miri. だよね。東と東じゃない。東口。東日本。東方 or is it 東方東方じゃない東方なるほど金口金かな金曜日お金金メートルかなGuess you king ね。口金。ああ、なるほど。口金。そうか。日本当 I'd like to say 本人本日じゃない本土本当じゃなくて本土。なるほど。土となんとか。木じゃなくて銅。土と銅と思う。銅曜日銅金土色当日かなあんまりわからん。土日。あ、なるほど。放牧。あ、そうか。土曜日から土ね。はい。大と大きいね。大きい。大金。第二かな大いに大臣東大ね。それはわかる。東大大きい大金大いに大人。あ、なるほど。大人じゃないちっちゃい小さい子から子川小の月かなその感じね。大小小さい 小一。小一。小川。なるほど。小の月。はいはいはい。中。中。中に。日中かな。中東。中日かな。日中。中日。中東。中に。This is the one that has like 14 different readings. So, 一線東大生生ビール生まれるな人生かなそれはわかんない一生、人生生やすなるほど生やすじゃない東大生、生ビール生まれるなるほどよし大きい大金大金 even はい小さいちっちゃい生まれる生生と中と中じゃないはいもう終わったねKazutwan welcome to the stream hello こんにちはこんにちはかなおはようかなあまりわからないけどハローではYosh, welcome to the stream, Kazu. So we've just finished with Kanji and Anki, and we are about to move on to our Immersion channel of the day. So this is a I would say beginner to intermediate channel in terms of the type of content he does. The channel's name is Ken's Online Japanese Lessons are available. No, that's not the name of it. Is Ken-san o ka e ri, or Japanese Conversations. So Ken-san is the name of the host. And of course, Okaeri, if you're not familiar with Japanese, or maybe you are. Actually, this would be cool. This would be cool. Who in the chat knows what Okaeri means? Now, you might not know a word of Japanese, but if you watch Japanese drama or seen Japanese anime, you should actually know this word already. So, in the chat, if you're listening, let me know. Okaeri. Well done. Yoku dekimashita. Devangan-san, yoku dekimashita. Okaeri inosuke. There we go. Yes, well done. So that is exactly what it means. It's welcome back. So basically, when you come back to a house, the person who is inside of the house would say, okaeri. When you do come back to the house as a person who enters the house, so if you went out for work and coming back in the evening, let's say, you would say tadaima. So tadaima means I'm back. Kind of, yeah, basically. Tadaima would mean I'm back, and then the person who's welcoming you they would say welcome back, so okaeri. So sono kanji. Very cool, very cool. All right. So, yes, so the channel's name is Ken-san o ka e ri, covers from kind of beginner, advanced beginner to sort of intermediate-ish. He does have his latter videos are actually N5, some of them are N5. Yeah, so it caters to beginners as well. But a lot of his content is a little bit on the harder side. I was reading Yotsuba, so I read this there too. Kanji is hard. Kanji is hard, but you know what? kanji is fun. So as long as you don't try and cram too much, as long as you have a bit of fun with them, take your time, do it as part of your kind of overall learning of the language, they can be a lot of fun to learn. I'm actually like, when I first started out, and we can switch to this for a second. When I first started out, I was cramming kanji. I was remembering the kanji by Heisig, and I've crammed into my brain 2,300 kanji, just over that actually. I've then burnt out, said I don't want to do this anymore, and stopped doing Anki with kanji. 6 months later, I've lost about 50% of that, and now I lost a bit more. And now I decided to take a slightly different approach. I'm doing the Kadansha kanji learning course, doing only 4 kanji, 1 page at a time, and just having fun with it, learning to write it. You don't need to, but I want to, so I find it therapeutic. So, reading a little bit of etymology, reading the words, etc., that the kanji appears in, and of course supplementing it with a lot of reading. So, yeah. But Arnav, highly recommend Yotsubato. I don't know how much of Yotsubato have you read. I finished all of the volumes. Fantastic. I adore the characters there, especially Yotsuba. Of course, especially Yotsuba. I love the actual drawings, the frames, etc. And yeah, it's a sweet manga, and highly recommend it for anybody. Was my first manga I've fully finished. I know it's kind of still ongoing, but you know what I'm saying. If don't use kanji, you can't understand Japanese. Well, that's not quite correct, Kazu. So there is a difference between listening comprehension and reading comprehension, right? So you can have perfect listening comprehension, but not be able to read, which would make you illiterate in the language. That's not a good position to be in, but it's definitely a better position to be in than not doing either of those. So, just like Japanese kids, when they're growing up, first they learn to hear and recognize, then they learn to speak, and only then, after that, they learn to read. So this is kind of the approach that, at this stage, I would recommend to anybody. Listen first, as much as you can. Once you get a reasonable amount of understanding, start training yourself, get your hiragana, katakana. Of course, that goes without saying, but also start learning the kanji and start reading. And that is absolutely the way to go, in my opinion. I might be wrong, but after doing this for 15 months, this is the opinion I have arrived at. So, let's go back to this. So the channel's name is Ken-san o Kaeri. He does a bunch of conversations in the beginning, so it's cool if you really want to learn through conversation, because conversation can be a little bit more engaging than just somebody talking to the camera. But then he also does vlogs, going around, having playing games and things like that. So it's really fantastic channel. Highly recommended. Let me link it. It's linked in the description of this video, but I'll link it in chat as well. Both Twitch and YouTube. So yeah, and we're just gonna be immersing in a little bit of Japanese right now. So the topic of today's video is gonna be talking in Japanese with sake lover. Drinking culture in Japan, right? So osake. All right, and we will get started.
今日は酒マスターの翔さんに来てもらってます。こんにちは。
どうも、こんにちは。
はい、翔さんとは昔一緒に働いていたこと。
ちょっと待ってね。英語だけ。英語いらないよ。
があって、 翔さんは僕の先輩です。で、翔さん、酒にめっちゃ詳しいんで、違いますか？酒が大好き。酒が大好き。
大好き、大好き
はい。
です。
なんで今日は、まあ、酒の話を、してもらおうかなと思って、翔さんに来てもらいました。
And Arnav, yes. So ChatGPT is going to be ChatGPT. So it is a tool, but it is a tool. It's not an actual person. The more I use it, the more I see. Well, the more I'm impressed with it, but also the more I see its limitations. So you have to be very careful because it does make mistakes. It makes quite a bit of mistakes, and it just be cautious with relying too much on ChatGPT. But it can definitely give you a huge boost in terms of and good ideas in terms of learning the language as well. But yeah, with the kanji, it will try not to use them, but it probably will use a lot of kanji. Anyway, let's go back to listening.
で、今日
So,
は、
ちょっとこれ
酒マスターの翔さんに来てもらって
最初
ま
からね。
す。こんにち
どう
は。
も、こんにちは。
は翔さんとは、昔一緒に働いていたことがあって、翔さんは僕の先輩です。で、翔さん、酒にめっちゃ詳しいんで、違いますか？酒が大好き。酒が大好き。
大好き、大好きです。
なんで今日は、まあ、酒の話を、してもらおうかなと思って、翔さんに来てもらいました。で、今はどこに住んでいますか？
今は長野県の白馬村、スキーとかで有名なところです。
はいはいはい。そこに写真ありますけど。
長野
そうですね。
長野県は
上の
本当に有名なところ。
日本のリゾート地で、ビール一杯いくらですか
500円から600円ぐらいのリゾート地だと、
はい。はい。
もうちょっと高い場合もあるかなと。
はい。
大阪とかだと安いと300円ぐらい。まあ、高くてもとかでもあるときは、本当に安いところとか200円とかで提供してるところもあったりとか、基本的には400円前後ぐらい。あとは白馬にはないけど、都会には飲み放題があります。
飲み放題。居酒屋に行ったら飲み放題しますか？
最近はしない。
そうなんですね。
学生の頃とか、若い、20代前半の頃はよくしてたけど。
日本の飲み放題っていくらでしたっけ？
安いとこだと2時間1000円から1500円とか。
1000円ってすごいですよね。
食べ物もね、何品か頼まないといけなかったりするけど、まあ1000円とか1500円ぐらいまでかなと。
それで飲めるのが、何がありますか？ビール、日本酒？ワイン？
日本酒はでもちょっと1個とか、何かわからないやつとか。あとはチューハイ、ウイスキー、ハイボールとか、いろいろあるね。
皆さんの、今見てくれている人たちの、住んでる場所に飲み放題ありますか？
どうなんでしょう。
どうなんですかね。なんかよく、日本で外国人に会うと、お酒の話をして、飲み放題最高ってよく言われるんで、ちょっと気になります。
確かに海外では見たことないね。
翔さんも海外によく行きますね。なんかカナダとか、いろいろ中東の方とかも。
中東はまだなくて、ヨーロッパとかアフリカちょっととか。
アフリカ。
ほら。
すごい。
アフリカ、すごい。どこに行ったアフリカで。
翔さんは今度、海外旅行についてまた別の動画で話してくれる、らしいんで、そっちもお楽しみに。
ぜひぜひ。
日本では、20歳からお酒を飲むことができますけど、 いつから日本酒が好きになりましたかっていうのを聞きたいんですけど。
そうですね、日本酒好きになったのは、20歳の大学生の時。
はい。
それもこの白馬で。友達とスキーに、そうです。その友達とスキーに来た時に、初めて大雪渓っていうお酒を飲んだ時に、美味しいと思って。
な
るほど。
そこから飲むようになりました。
そうなんですね。そんな日本酒が大好きな翔さんは、今までに1回のパーティーとか、夜ご飯で最高何杯ぐらい日本酒を飲みましたか？
一番飲んだのは、いつだろう。5年、5、6年、ちょっと何年前か分かんないけど、旅行で草津温泉に行った時に、友達と、その時に飲んだのが日本酒7号。
7号ってどのぐらいですか
？1号っていうのが日本酒の数え方あります。180ml。
180ml ね。はい。
の7号。
つまり
All right, let me just pause there for a second. First of all, Emma, welcome to the stream. Yo. よろしくね。But yeah, we're just listening, doing some immersion here, so we're gonna continue with that. But it is the channel that I've linked in chat, and I think you should be able to see it both in the description and chat on YouTube and on Twitch.
1リットル以上。
The topic of the conversation is drinking culture in Japan.
飲んだんですね。
と、ビール多分2、3本。
ビールも
1リッターぐらいはその時は飲んで
る。それは、友達と一緒にじゃなくて、一人
当たり。
張さんが飲んだお酒の量ですね。
同じ量を友達も飲んでるんです。
すごいですね。その友達もすごいですけど。
さすがに飲みすぎ。
飲みすぎよ。
その次の日に二日酔いになりましたか？
なった。
やっぱりそうですか。
夕方ぐらいまでしんどかった。
その次の日どうしたんですか？その二日酔いだった日、夕方まで何しましたか？
観光とかは頑張って予定組んでたんでしたけど、ずっと気分は良くなかった。
はい。
もう頑張るしかない。
すごいですね。僕が翔さんと一緒に働いていた時に、何回かパーティーに誘っていただいて、翔さんがいつもたくさんお酒を、飲んでたのをよく覚えてるんですけど、あの時、翔さん1ヶ月にだいたいいくらお酒にお金を使っていましたか？
いい質問な。
でも1万円ぐらいかな。
1ヶ月1万円ぐらい。
1万円ぐらいですか？
月だいたい2、3回かな、パーティーは。なんでそれで多分6000円、7000円ぐらいで、あとは個人的にビールとかウイスキー、焼酎飲むぐらいなんで1万円前後ぐらいかなと。ただ、居酒屋とかに行くのならもっとかかる。1回でも4000円、5000円ぐらいは。
1回うわちょっと高い。
かかるかなと。
高いよ。
食事もあるし。
そうですね、もちろん。
で、その後もう一軒バーとかみんなで流れで行くこともあるし。
ありますね。二次会ってやつですね。
二次会があることが多いので。
翔さん、何次会まで行ったことありますか
？4とか5とかは普通に。
4次会 ?5 次会
ある。
もう、それ、夜始めたら朝じゃないですか？
いや、そういう時は昼から始まってます。
昼から、
そう。休みの日に昼から飲んでいろんなお店行ったりとか。
よく聞くのは、金曜日の夜に仕事終わって、飲みに行って、で、朝まで飲むっていうのは、なんか、日本人で、そういう人はたまにいますよね。
何回かはしたことあるよ。 朝まで飲むとしんどい。
次の日休みだったら、まあもちろんいいかもしれないですけど。
でも次の日も、もう寝て終わっちゃうんで、もったいないかなと。
なるほど。翔さん、日本で有名な日本酒についてちょっと教えてほしいんですけど、はい、どんな日本酒がいいですか？
日本で有名なんだと、獺祭、山口県の。
はい。獺祭は、その日本酒の名前ですね。
日本酒の名前ですね。はい、結構海外とかでも売られてたり、日本のメディアにも取り上げられたりしてて、日本でも、多分海外的にもある程度有名なのではないかなと。
そうなんですね。
僕、カナダ行ってる時にも一回カナダで売ってるのを見かけたこともあります。
そうですか。買いましたか？カナダで。
買いました。
買いましたか？
買いました。
どうでしたか？味とか、なんか。
味的は一緒
ですか？そうなんですね。それはいいですよね。なんか、時々、日本のものが海外で売られてて、味が違うとか、なんか、よくありますけど。
そのビールとか、日本名前のビールがカナダで売られてて、で、見てみると、カナダ産だったりとか。のがあったり。
そういうのね、ありますね。たまに。翔さんのおすすめのお酒、教えてほしいんですけど、翔さんのおすすめのお酒、何がありますか？
いっぱいあるんだけど、最近美味しいなと思うのはこの、今ここ現物があるんですが。
絶対飲んでましたね、今。
今は飲んでないですよ。これ見えますかね？
見えますよ。
見えます。
これが新潟県の
荷
札酒。このラベルを荷札って言いまして。その中で、この汽水泉っていう、ここにある汽水泉っていうお酒。
汽水泉。
これが今、一番美味しいなと思ってて。これがね、結構、米の旨味が出てて、何倍でもいけます。
何倍でも
これが4合瓶で 720ml。これぐらいは一人1本、普通友達と飲んだら飲みます。
すごいですね。
これとビール2、3本がちょうどいいぐらいかなと。
水を飲む感覚で飲むんですね。
そうだね。このお酒は特に水のぐらい飲みやすくて、結構こう、飲みやすいお酒が個人的には好きかなと思います。
なるほど。そのお酒はどんな料理に合いますか？
このお酒は結構バランスが取れてるお酒なんで、基本的にはどんな料理でもお魚でもお肉でも、
いいな。
何にでも合わせれるようなお酒が
やっぱり日本料理じゃない？
思います。
なるほど、いいですね。それは冷たいお酒ですね。
これは冷たいお酒。生酒っていう火を通してないお酒。なんで基本的には冷蔵庫で保管しないといけないお酒。
翔さんはあったかいお酒か冷たいお酒どっちが好きですか？
僕的には冷たい方が好きかなと。
やっぱりね。
あったかいのも美味しいんだけど、冷たい方が個人的には好みで。特にこの生酒っていうのは、火を通してないお酒でフレッシュな味わいがあるので好きです。
なるほど。
ね。
ちなみにもう一本おすすめがありまして。
もう一本あるんですか？
いいな。
この、
見して。
こちら。
こ
れもいぶきっていうお酒で。これ福島県からのお酒です。
福島ね、福島県。というか、大きくないですか？さっきより。
サイズが、
比べて
見てわかるように。こっちがさっき紹介したのが4合瓶。今手に持ってるのが一升瓶って言って。
一升瓶ね。なるほど。
これが10合になると、一升っていう数え方。つまり 1.8 リッター。こういう数え方を日本酒はします。
なるほど。まあ、日本語の数え方ってすごいややこしいですけど、その中でも特別な言葉を使いますね。一升とか、一合とかね。
意外と日本酒飲まない人は、この数え方知らない人も多いんじゃないかな。
なるほど。ちなみに今日この後お酒飲みますか？
これは、日本酒は飲まない。
日本酒は飲まない。
他のビールは飲むか考え中。
あ、そうですか。
日本酒はやっぱり誰かと一緒に飲みたいんで。今週末かな。友達が来るんで、その時に飲もうかなと。
なるほど。
いいですね、いいですね。じゃあ、今週末、翔さん、楽しんでください。その方と。
楽しみます。ありがとうございます。
はい。じゃあ、今日はありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
じゃあ、お疲れ様でした。またね。
お疲れ様でした。はい。
All right. So yeah, that was the Ken-san o ka eり Japanese conversations. If you have liked what you see, highly recommend you just go and subscribe into the channel. And of course, immersing the crap out of it. So as I said before, it kind of starts from beginner to another one to add to the list. The list will never stop, man. I will keep researching and keep finding the channels for you guys. And for myself as well, of course. But I find this one very cool. It starts from about N5 level and goes up from there, or down if you consider that GLPT levels go to 1 instead of... But anyway, that doesn't matter. Yeah, so I hope that you enjoy it. Arnaf Devangan said, Minna no Nihongo dou desu ka? If you mean the book Minna no Nihongo, I have no experience with that whatsoever, so you would need to ask somebody else about that. I purely study through, or I have studied through Anki, and you will do the JLPT N5 this year, December. Nice. I hope you do well. Ganbatte ne. But yeah, so if you're talking about the book Minna no Nihongo, don't know. I've studied the Japanese through simply immersion, listening, reading, and Anki. I have not done any of the actual kind of books or anything like that. Kazutoan, when are you gonna be taking the GLPT N4 test? If you have already this scheduled. But yeah, to both of you, the best of luck, and ganbatte ne. Issho ni ganbarimashou. So yeah, we are done with this part of the show. So yeah, Ken-san o ka eり Japanese Conversations. Go and sub to him. Amazing channel. Really love him. He does a lot of different things, but a lot of it is just conversations with different people on various topics which are interesting. But you do need to be kind of probably advanced beginner, lower intermediate level to derive the most enjoyment out of it. Right, we are ready. Oh, you're actually seeing the channel that I actually watch for my own immersion. Inakamon, highly recommended. Well, actually, I don't recommend it because he speaks super fast. He slurs words. It's hard to understand. So unless you're advanced, don't recommend it. But it's very interesting. It's the guy who lives in Naka, so in the middle of nowhere, basically, in a country in Japan. He's Japanese, and he either got the house for free or bought it for very cheaply. Kyujuman. So basically bought it for nothing, and he is renovating it very slowly, and then moves into it and keeps renovating it. So yeah. You'll have an English test tomorrow through email? Oh, okay. Well, good luck with that in that case. Can I give you some tips? I have no idea what to tell you. If the test is tomorrow, no amount of tips will help you. You're either prepared for it or you're not. If I was to give you tips for, test in a year time or half a year time, that would be more realistic, and I would say immerse. Play games in English, read in English, watch YouTube in English, watch cartoons, drama, movies in English, as much as you can, right? So that is my recommendation for English, and that is my recommendation for, of course, Japanese. All right, but next we're gonna be playing Hana Hira. So there we go. Let me just make sure that this is definitely paused. Boink. All right. Now, here we are. Right. Now let me grab some water. And once I have that, we're gonna go and start the playthrough. Don't go anywhere. I shall be right back. All right, we're back. And there we go. Right, what's name web? What are you talking about? The web? What do you mean by the what's name web? A website? What's I'm not quite sure what you're asking there, Kazu. If you could clarify, I would appreciate that. Right, chat. There we go. Let's load the game. Previously on Hana Hira, nothing happened. Girls were doing girl things in a classroom with a lot of innuendos. A lot of innuendos, let me tell you that. But yeah, that was about it. Yes. たらふく食べてパンは成功 Is it 全開全開わからない Open fully 全開だ Okay. And I've just realized we do not have audio, so let's get audio going, shall we? Yeah, much better. I feel like immersion method is personally better for me too. Can you tell me how much time I need to give every day for 7 months in order to ace the exam in December? All right. So yeah, in that case, let me address this. So I personally have not taken any JLPT exams myself. My listening level is roughly N3-ish, towards the higher end of it. My reading level is about N5, which is very sad. So I'm actually putting a lot of emphasis on reading from now on. And I've been, as I was saying earlier on, I've been reading about an hour at least every day now. But that's not what you're asking. JLPT is not necessarily the best indicator of how well you know Japanese. So what they will test is listening comprehension. They will test reading comprehension and kanji, really, right? So if you're specifically preparing for the test, I would advise you to look up the kanji that would be required on that test. and learn them, right? However, if you just immerse, and when I say immerse, I mean both listen and read, okay? You need to do both. So if you just immerse, everybody is different, but in 7 months, if you do 2 hours daily, you will ace the N5 test. You will crush it. I'm giving GLPT in order to improve my profile so that I can get an edge and scholarship to study in Japan. Yeah, so I think for scholarships, I'm not sure, what exactly you're looking to do, but I'm pretty sure they would be looking for at least N2. I might be wrong on that. There might be various different programs, maybe N3. Oh, the Japanese is not mandatory. Okay, in that case, you're all good. Even a little bit of Japanese would go a long way, absolutely. But yeah, so the more you do, the better it's gonna be. You would probably be able to get away with about an hour daily, but I would say 2 hours daily would definitely, you would go past the N5 level, in my humble opinion. But you would need to dedicate time to A, to listen, and B, to read, right? Both of them would need to be done. And it's quality time as well, not kind of, I'm listening in the background, but sitting down and actually, doing the comprehensible input. So, paying attention. So, I would say 2 hours should be fine. But if you can do more, hey, the more you do, the more you will actually progress, the faster you'll progress. So it's how much free time you have. Sometimes you need to make free time. That is also a thing, right? Sometimes, like for example, right now, I started running, and because of that, I wake up earlier and I listen to Japanese podcast while I run. So I get about 40 minutes of Japanese before the day starts. And then I find time during the day to do more, right? So it's things like that. I wish I could do more, but I have to study physics, chemistry, and math every single day too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta prioritize. You gotta pick your battles. So, what is what program, Mr. Fool? So, what program are we talking about? The game? Are we talking about the program underneath, or are we talking about the thing on the right hand side? ごめんね. Also, welcome to the stream. Bite Martin is saying, and being careful not to burn out. 2 hours great, but if 1 hour a day works better for you and still sounds like enough for N5 by December? Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to say because it would really depend, Bite Martin, on what exactly you're immersing each. Okay, let me answer Bite Martin's thing because I've just read what you were saying and I said it instead. Mr. Full, give me a sec. We can do this for a second, right? So yeah, so immersing, it depends on what you're going to be immersing in, right? It depends on what is going to be your emphasis and how much you're going to be doing it and, the quality of immersion, etc. So it's when somebody says, how much do I need to study? Well, as much as you can, really. As much as you can is perfect. But to be on the safe side, of course, 2 hours, but yeah, burnout is a real thing. So try to not overdo it because, Arnav, I have studied physics, and you can see there are quite a few physics books in the background there. and I have burnt out and I dropped out, right? I have stopped. So I'm regretting it, but I still haven't been able to kind of get my crap together. So instead, I'm studying Japanese. But that's kind of the dangers of the burnout. Regarding the programs Mr. Fool is asking about. So the game itself is called Hana Hira. It's right there. It is a perfect first visual novel, right? So it's a visual novel. It's Yuri and it's Moe a little bit. There isn't really a lot happening. It's the epitome of slice of life. But this is its strength as well, because the characters are actually quite strong. They're very believable, even though, nothing is really happening, but it's day-to-day stuff. But it's fun to kind of... It's good writing. It's a writing about nothing, but it's still good writing. Right. Regarding the program at the bottom, it's called Text Structure. So I use this to hook the text inside of the visual novel and send it to kind of a wiki sort of page, if that makes sense, on the internet, so that I can use Yomitan, the dictionary, pop-up dictionary, to look up things and readings, etc., right? Just like that. Okay. So, does that answer your question? Do you have more questions? Because if so, I'm happy to answer them. Bite Martin-san chat on the screen, but not on YouTube chat. That's right, Arnav. Because Bite Martin is watching on Twitch. So... yeah, so I can enable the chat on the screen, or I can hide it. I hid it because I was getting ready to, do the Hanahira of the game. But yeah, so he's chatting on Twitch, and that's why you don't see him on YouTube. I'm double streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. All right. So, if we have answered all of your questions, let's do a little bit of immersion, shall we? Thanks. Yeah, no problem at all, man. How long have I been learning Japanese? I have been learning Japanese 15 months and a week, actually. Immersion is basically how every non-native English speaker learns English. Exactly, you're okay. That's... pretty much, like, I've studied English since 3rd grade, I want to say. I think so. And then I could barely ask for directions when I came to England for the first time. And then, of course, after living, in Ireland, England, etc., New Zealand for a lot of years now, more than I have lived in my own country, I now speak... I would like to say that I speak English fluently, but hey, I'm sure a lot of people would say, nah. Do I care what they think? Nope. So yeah, basically, that's how most people learn English, through immersion. Games, movies, drama, etc. But yeah, Mr. Fool, I've been studying Japanese for 15 months now and a week, and my 15 months YouTube video update should be coming out sometime next week. Every language I learned through immersion. English is my second language. I studied it at school, but I never understood when I got used to English. Probably not through school, but games, videos. Exactly, you would have learned more through games and videos than you would from... because I know I did. I know I did that, so, And I know a lot of people who did that as well. Not through school, not through actual sitting down and studying it, but through having fun with it. So that's what we're trying to do here as well. Right. Without further ado, let's move on with the non-story of Hanahira. I think this is... burasagara. Soka. Okay. 大丈夫よ。
口からなんか出るところだった。もう離れなさい山根。
もう離れなさい山根。
かおりちゃん、頬をスリスリするな。
ん What was that? Oh,
ねえねえ、今日みんな
pressed.
でかおりちゃん家にお泊まりしない？
I've pressed the wrong button. Let's actually go back. Jesus Christ. How far did we go? What?
もう離れなさい山根。
Okay.
かおりちゃん、
Okay.
頬をスリスリするな。
Right. Here we are.ほう。あー、なるほど。Okay. わかった。
かおりちゃんのほっぺたすっぺすべー。
I wonder what supe spe means. Spe spe. Smooth, slick, velvety, silky. Okay, let's go.
しかも赤くて熱くなってる。
Uh-oh.
赤くない。耳元で息を吹きかけるな。まったく。ねえねえ、今日みんなでかおりちゃん家にお泊まりしない？
なんだ？
はあ？唐突ね。
唐突。
はあ？唐突ね。
唐突ね。あ、唐突。
はあ？唐突ね。
唐突ね。なるほど。
ずっとみんなで一緒に遊びたい気分なんだ。いきなりそんなこと言ったって小春や誠が困るでしょ。
おはれや、okay, it's the name.
春ちゃん、まこちゃん、お泊まりしよう。お母さんがいいって言ってくれれば。私もダメとは言われないと思うけど。本当に大丈夫？うん。かおりちゃんのうちがいいなら。うちは構わないけど。
うちは構わないけど。
だったら決まりだね。小春と誠のお母さんがいいって言ったらだからね。あまねは強引なんだから。
本当に強引ね。
でもかおりちゃん、おとといすっごく楽しそうに準備してたよね。なんで知ってるのよ。ね、こっそり覗いちゃった。何？私たちがお泊まりする準備？
そうだよね。
パジャマをお乳にしてたし、部屋も掃除してたし。
いいな。
4人分の座布団とかお揃いのティーカップを用意してたもん。言うな。うわー、ありがとう、かおりちゃん。別に座布団は用意したけど、ティーカップは誰かが来た時にでも使えるから部屋に置いただけだし。それにほら、ティーカップは鑑賞用にもなるでしょ。そんなのが部屋にあるとちょっとおしゃれに見えない？
何これ？鑑賞用。Okay.
すごく 言い訳です。
言い訳です。
バラした天音が言うな。お泊まり会をするためにわざわざ準備しててくれたんだ。
そうだよね。
それを天音ちゃんが気づいて私たちを誘った。
誘った。あー、やっぱり誘ったね。
見事な連携プレー。
見事な連携プレー。そっか。
素直に泊まりに来てと言い出せない幼馴染の心を察してあげるのも私の役目なんだよ。
Did not get any of that. もう一度。
素直に泊まりに来てと言い出せない幼馴染の心を察してあげるのも私の役目なんだよ。
Right. I think this is the name, right? Yeah, it is. 素直に泊まりに出て言い出せないなんとか幼馴染の心を OK 察するあげるのも私の役目なんだよ。なるほど。OK、わかった。
いろいろ考えてるんだね。
うんふん。
恋人ですから。
恋人ですから。
そうだね。授業とホームルーム終了。
ねえ。
うちのお母さん、迷惑にならないならかおりちゃんのお家に泊まってもいいって。こっちも了承を得た。
こっちも了承を得た。了承。なるほど。
二人もお泊まりできるんだね。
うん。
やったー。よかったわね。
よかったわね。
じゃあ早速帰ろう。他に用事がないならそうしましょうか。
もう一度。
他に用事がないならそうしましょうか。
他に用事がないならそうしましょうか。
そうだね。かおりちゃんの家に着いたら何しよっか。いつも通りだとゲームになるんじゃない？
ね。
あとお菓子と飲み物で食べ物三昧。
食べ物三昧。三味かな？三枚。あー、OK。
何か買ってからかおりちゃんのお家に行こうか。そうだな。
そうだな。
お菓子くらいならうちにあるし、わざわざ買わなくてもいいわよ。
いいわよ。By the way, if you're watching and you are not a female, you probably don't want to be saying va at the end of the sentences. That's not very. That is a feminine way of speaking Japanese. So.
お菓子くらいならうちにあるし、わざわざ買わなくてもいいわよ。いや、一晩お世話になるのだからそういうわけにも。せめてもの気持ちだから。
せめてもの。OK。
そう。ありがとう。逆に気を使わせちゃったわね。
ね。
そんなことないよ。
そんなことないよ。
お菓子いっぱい買っちゃおう。
あんたが
お菓子を買うと独占しかねないのよね。買うと言ってもみんなのお菓子なんだから、あまねはそこのところを覚えておくように。わかっとりますがな。他にいるものはないかな。
ないかな。
他には 何も用意しなくていいわよ。みんなが泊まるのは初めてじゃないんだし、大抵のものは揃ってるから。
すごい。
クラッカーとかどう？パンクラッカーって誰かのお祝いじゃないんだから。
ねえ。
それは誰かのお誕生日にとっておこう。楽しいのに。だったらビンゴ大会とかはどうかな。4人でやってどうするのよ。パーティーの定番なんだけどな。
パーティーの定番。Degree? No. Right, staple. なるほど。
私は4人でお揃いのものが欲しいな。ストラップとか？
Whoa.
そうだな。例えば色違いの歯ブラシとか。
なるほどね。
それいいわね。お泊まりグッズがお揃いだと一緒に泊まった時楽しいかなって。小春とお揃い？
揃い。I should know お揃い but I don't remember what it is. お揃い？そうか。なるほど。
それすごくいい。そうだ。今度お泊まりグッズを入れるポーチをみんなの分作ってくるよ。いいの？嬉しいけど4人分ともなると大変じゃない？少し時間はかかるけどお裁縫は好きだから大変じゃないよ。
お財布？裁縫。裁縫。裁縫は好きだから大変じゃないよ。さすが小春ね。小春さえ良ければお願いしようかしら。誠もいい？
小春の手作りポーチ。小春の手作りポーチ。小春の手作りポーチ。
目の焦点が定まってないよ。
目の終点が定まってないよ。
おーい、戻ってこーい。
今のは
夢だ。
小春が私のためだけに特製手作りポーチを作ってくれるって。
something 特製 something special 特製 special make。 なるほど。
落ち着け。4人分のポーチだから。
そうか。夢だったか。
夢だったよ。
半分くらい正夢だけどね。私、怠け者柄がいいな。4人お揃いなんだからそんなの採用できるか。もっと女の子っぽいものにしなさいよ。
なあ。
じゃあラ
イオン顔？
どこが女の子っぽいのよ。いるよ、かわいいライオン。
かわいいライオン。
ドーナツ屋のキャラクターじゃあるまいし。リボンとかそういうのがいいんじゃない？そっちの方向か。誠は何か希望ないの？
星とかハート型とか可愛いと思う。
へえ、いいじゃない。誠がハートを持ち出してくるなんてちょっと意外。誠ちゃんはとっても女の子らしいんだよ。
でもみんなに合わせるから3人に似合うものがいいと思う。
似合うものがいいと思う。
4人が似合いそうなのにしようよ。
でも私だけ雰囲気違うし。
大丈夫よ。
いや、うちら全員雰囲気違うから。
そうかな。
そうよ。
それは確実。
Something to do with truth, reality, 確実 certainty, right? Okay.
柄に関しては小春にお任せするのが無難かもね。柄に関しては小春にお任せするのが無難かもね。
絵に関して、あ、柄に関してはと言ったね。無難かもね。無難かもね。無難かもね。そっかそっか。
小春はセンスもいいし、下手に注文するよりよっぽどいい気がするもの。
ライオンは何とぞ優先的に。
何これ？ライオンは何？
ライオンは何とぞ優先的に。
優先的に。Not sure if I'm understanding this
そ
right,
れ
but
は
okay.
却下だっての。それは却下だっての。
却下。却下だっても。それは却下だっての。
とりあえずこの辺りはお菓子屋さんがないから繁華街に出ちゃおうか。
繁華街。そっかそっか。はい。繁華街だ。
到着。
到着。
なんだか人がいっぱいだね。
人がいっぱいだね。
小春。
おっと、はるちゃんが人にぶつかりそうになったところでまこちゃんが守った。
小春は私が全力で守るから。
ありがとう、まことちゃん。まこちゃん頼りになる。私も一緒にはるちゃんを守るよ。3人ではるちゃん護衛招待だ。嬉しいけどちょっと恥ずかしい。
ちょっと恥ずかしい。ちょっと恥ずかしいじゃないよ。もっと恥ずかしいよ。
はるちゃんは私たちの後ろにいて。かおりちゃんは後ろを頼む。かおりちゃん、かおりちゃん、何見てるの？
あそこの洋服屋さん、5000円以上買うとエコバッグがついてくるんだって。
でもかおりちゃんエコバッグとか使うの？
それはいつか使うかもしれないじゃない？
いつか使うかもしれない。
そういうのって大抵は使わないで終わるんだよね。
うれさいわね。いいじゃない、お得なんだから。
かおりちゃんはお得とかおまけとかに弱いもんね。かおりちゃんはお得とかおまけとかに弱いもんね。
あ、弱いもんね。
悪かったわね。
せっかく来たんだし入ってみよう。
入ってみよう。
そうだね。私も新しい服欲しいし。そうだね。私も新しい服欲しいし。
服。The way she pronounced it, it's almost like she swallows it.
制服のまま入ってもいいの？
平気平気。
平気平気。
行こう、誠。
かわいい洋服がいっぱいだ。ねえ見てかおりちゃん、この黒いスカート、裾がヒラヒラしててよくない？
裾がひらひら。あ、裾。あ、
こないだ街でリリプラチナムをお見かけしたんだけど、そんな感じのスカートを履いてて素敵だったわ。
そうなんだ。私もこれを履いたらハーフに見えるかな。
リリプラチナムは美人系だけど、アマネは可愛い系だから、服が似合っていても少し遠いでしょうね。
Let's try this again.
リリプラチナムは美人系だけど、アマネは可愛い系だから、服が似合っていても少し遠いでしょうね。
Okay.
それは残念。
アマネには、この花柄プリントなんて似合うんじゃないかしら。
服を鏡に合わせて。おー、いい感じかも。
中が透けちゃうから、これをインナーにして、
インナーにして。
太めのベルトに帽子をかぶって、
今時流行りの女の子みたいだ。
どんなの
今時流行りの女の子みたいだ。
今時流行りの女の子みたいだ。
なかなかいい感じじゃ
な。
ない。かおりちゃんにもコーディネートしてあげる。
アマネが
私の超絶センスをご覧あれ。私の超絶センスをご覧あれ。
超絶センス。ご覧あれ。OK。
なんか不安。自分で超絶センスとか言う人って信用できないわ。
かおりちゃんはツンデレだから
それは関係ないでしょ。
関係ないな。
あるよ。
あるの？
かっちりした感じとか似合うんじゃないかな。こういう色物のシャツに黒いネクタイを締めて。なかなかいいじゃん。
そう
かなり見た目がツンだよ。
一気に買う気が失せた。
どうして？長所なのに。私は好きだよ。かおりちゃんの
ツン。
だからどうして好きとか言っちゃうのよ。もうアマネのバカ、恥ずかしいじゃない。
恥ずかしいじゃない。On that note、恥ずかしいものね。さあ、みんな、今日はお疲れ様でした。Thank you so much, everybody, for being here with me today and chatting, asking questions, and of course, participating and studying together. I really do appreciate it. I hope this has been as useful to you as it has been to me. Until next time. We are going to be streaming on Friday. That has nothing to do with Japanese. It's only going to be on Twitch, and we're playing Dark Souls 2. Will I finish the last DLC? Probably not. But you never know. Probably another 2 streams, though. Right. There are some plans to release my 15 months update next Friday. So not this Friday coming, but next week. But apart from that, that's all I have for you. Have a fantastic evening, day, or morning time, wherever you might be in the world. And I shall see you all on Friday. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.